Hi. Well, it's time to do some maintenance on my M10 III. The tube finally gave up the ghost. It's been slimed, and I've actually had about 450 miles on this, on the wheel, and the tire's been working great. I've had I think a few flats, but slime took care of it. But something has happened that it's really leaking the air so fast. So I got two new tubes, and I got a new tire too. Comes highly recommended, and more about that later. So first things first, open up the wheel. Okay, I shouldn't have to touch anything else to change this tire. Now, the fun part, I anticipate from reading other people's accounts, is the difficulty of getting this tire off the wheel motor because it's so small and probably not too flexible. Okay, I can already see this is going to be fun. Wow, this is stiff. Wow, I don't know about this, guys. Wow, this is something. Wow, this is not fun. Okay, this I had to turn it over and use one of these to kind of pry it from the rim. It was just kind of stuck to the rim, but once I did that, everything kind of loosened up. Try and get the tube out. Messy, so clearly some hole developed for the slime to come out of. As people have said, removing a tire that's been slimed can be messy. Definitely feel the weight of the slime in the tube. Okay, I've cleaned the tube up, put some pressure in, and I can see here's one clear evidence of a slime active repair. And I found at least 2 others. So slime has been doing its job. Now it's holding pressure, but there's not much tire pressure right now in this tube, otherwise it would be probably that big. But right here you can see like a slit. Now it's not leaking right now, but I wonder if under much higher pressure that's what's causing the leak. That's just not being fixed by slime. And I do want to say that the slime that's in this tube is still very much a liquid. It's still making a mess. And I put this in 8 months ago. And according to slime, this stuff is active for 2 years. I've heard some people say, you have to replace it 1 or 2 times a year, but at least from my experience here, that is not true. So I feel pretty confident that slime's going to be good for at least 2 years. And so far, I haven't owned a wheel longer than 2 years. I tend to sell them and upgrade them. So, all right, onward with the repair. Before I put the new tire in, I thought I'd show you the difference. Besides the tread, you can see that this one is much more flatter than this. I'm not sure what the tire term for this radius, but this definitely has a radius. So I have a feeling this wheel is going to ride differently with this wheel. All right, let's see what fun it is to put this guy in. This is going to be fun. By the way, I want to say that the tube, this is a 10 by 2 / 2 1/8 inch tube. And the tube that came out of here, that came from Gotway, was 2 inches, 10 by 2. But there have been people who've said their tire was 10 by 3. And I know that 10 by 2 obviously lasted me for 8 months. So if you're looking for a tube, I would say 10 by 2 should work fine. Well, I just punctured the tube, just trying to, just punctured it. I'm gonna patch that though. I'm gonna put, fortunately I have another one, but I mean, I should be able to patch this just for future use. This is a nightmare to get in. I don't know how some of you guys have done this. Man, it's incredibly tight. I'm even contemplating bringing this to a bike shop. You know, guys who do this, maybe not small wheels like this, but, you know, do this all day long. I'd rather, if I could pay someone to get this in quickly, I will. Well, here we are, magically installed. Well, guys, I kind of feel guilty about this, but I gave up and I paid to have this installed. I already destroyed one of my tubes. I only have one left, and it just tried and tried, and it was just so hard to get this tube. And from what I'm reading, this tube is more stiff than the other, the stock tire. So we got a nice local bike shop, so I brought it in last night. So do you guys think you can install this? I left it, picked it up this morning, and they were successful. They didn't have any special, I asked you guys have some special, you know, tools that you use to do this, and nope, but it took 2 guys to get this tire on. To manhandle it. It cost me $15. I can live with that. I gotta tell you, you guys who've done this yourselves, I'm really impressed. I'd like to see how you did it, but $15 to save me hours of frustration, well worth it. I'm hoping I get 400 miles out of this tube, but if I don't, the next I'm going to convert this to tubeless, which is really just putting a new valve here, and I'll probably take it to the same bike shop to pay them to install it again. All right, so I'm going to reassemble it, give it a test ride, and tell you guys what I think of the new tire. Well, guys, I've been riding this for 6 or so miles, and I gotta say, the tire, it's not like night and day between this tire and the stock tire, but I definitely can notice it tracks better. Make no mistake, it's not a panacea for this wheel. This wheel still, it's pretty squirrely, so it'll still want to go where it wants to go sometimes. You gotta really stay focused when riding this wheel. But definitely tracks truer. It's certainly a more aggressive tread. You can feel when you're riding. The stock tire feels really smooth when you're riding on pavement. Here there's a vibration that you can feel going through the wheel into your body, so you feel much more in tune with your environment that you're riding in, and I like that. And also actually makes the wheel a bit more agile, because this tire has a much more of a radius on it versus the more flat radius of the stock tire. So I like that. So all in all, this is a win. Hopefully I get about 400 miles on this new tube. But when I do replace it next time, I'm going to go tubeless, and also I'm not going to do it, because if I can pay 15 to 20 bucks to get this done, that's money well spent. I got it, again, hats off to you guys who did this yourself. I wish you'd made a video of it to see what you went through to do it. So there will be a link to where I bought the tire and the tubes for anyone who happens to be who wants to do this. Alright, hope this was useful. Talk to you guys later.